God damn it, whites. You didn't did it again. All right, first of all, the start of Black History Month is not the time to be giving credit to a white guy for a haircut that black folks have been wearing for decades, if not centuries. But the New York Times decided to die on that hill, so let's get into it. Now, real quick, I don't want any smoke with Travis. I love his podcast. I think he's one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game. I don't want any smoke with the Swifties. Taylor's music is cool. When I hear it on the radio, it sounds fine. I'm okay with that. They're invited to the cookout. I want no smoke with y'all. But my issue is, I thought the New York Times was fact-based journalism. I thought they were a reputable news outlet, and I'm disappointed that they would take a story like this and make it up out of thin air. What I think is happening is they know that Travis and Taylor are the biggest thing right now, and they want a piece of that Super Bowl pie. And so they came up with this bogus story that is absolutely not true. I own a barbershop and I am a barber. I have never had a person walk into my shop and say, hey, I want that haircut. That haircut is a mid or a high ball fade, depending on who gets it. And I'm telling you, outside of Kansas City, outside of Philadelphia, and I think they're from Cincinnati. So outside of those three cities, no one has ever so much as stumbled into a Sport Clips with a picture of Travis Kelce and said, yo, I want that haircut. Because that haircut is a bald fade, either a mid or a high. And it's frustrating because this is how erasure happens. A reputable news source like this post a story like this, and people without historical context will believe that Travis Kelce is the one that made this haircut popular. That's not true. That's not true. And what I'm upset about is the same thing happened back in the 70s. Bo Derek's first movie, she got out of a pool in a movie called 10. She got out of a pool wearing braids. And ever since then, they were referred to as Bo Derek braids. Now, for centuries, black people have worn braids, but Bo Derek gets credit for that style. And it wouldn't be a big deal if black people weren't getting expelled from school from the way they wear their hair. If black boys weren't forced to cut their hair to compete in a wrestling tournament, or if little black girls weren't forced to cut beads out of their hair to finish a softball tournament. If those things weren't happening, I wouldn't have a problem with appropriating our culture or erasure. That wouldn't bother me, but it is. And you might say, well, this is race. Like, I'm tired of talking about race. This is America. Every topic has a racial component. Get used to it. Happy Black History Month.